Hi guys, welcome to Soulspace Radio. We're going live very soon.
Hi, welcome to Soulspace Radio. To honour and protect the well-being of all, please find the following disclaimer. All rights reserved. No part of this broadcast may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any electronic or mechanical means without the presenter's written permission. The presenters do not dispense medical advice or prescribe the use of any technique as a form of treatment for physical, emotional or medical problems. The intent of the presenters is to only offer information of a general nature to help you in your quest for emotional and spiritual well-being. Thank you.
Good morning, welcome to Soulspace Radio, and good evening for those guests from the United States. So I have got one caller on, and they've been, well, I've got a number of callers on actually, but there's one that's been waiting 16 minutes. And I also have an Australian client who effectively I would like to ring on Skype today, so we'll try that as well. So we'll just go to the States first, because I know this person's now been waiting for a while, and number ending in 0188. So we'll just click on that. Good morning, welcome to Soulspace Radio. You're speaking with Shay. How may I help?
Hi. Well, I don't know if you can, but let's find out.
Okay, let's find out. Sorry, who am I speaking to? Sorry, your name is?
My name is Allison.
Allison. Okay, Allison, how can I help? Well, if I can help.
I'll be with you, Jen. I'm looking for a new employment.
Okay.
Meaningful employment, well-paid employment, not just a job.
Okay. Well, that's
Career employment.
okay. That sounds like a wonderful thing to do. So, Allison, I'm all about empowering intuitive guidance, and from that I mean that we co-create with Source, we're individualized divine, and in our individualized divine space, we know everything. So our soul knows everything. I truly believe it is divine, and it knows. So therefore, it must know everything. So what I'd like to do is, if we can just take a quick series of breaths, and what I'm going to do is we're going to be in a nice relaxed state, and I'm going to take you into the future, and we're going to see, if you just bear with me, we're going to see what happens, and I'll just ask you a range of yes or no questions, and we'll see what we come back with. So if you want to work with me, Alison, let's start now. So let's take 3 deep breaths. So white light, white divine light coming from the top of your top chakra, the top of your head, down in through and out of your heart. So 3 deep breaths. Let's go. White light coming in, and then straight out of your heart. Second breath. In, out through your heart chakra. And the third breath, in from the top of your head and your crown chakra, all the way out through your heart, and then just expand that white bright light out into the universe, all the way out. Oh, beautiful. And Alison, have you got me? Can I have your permission to talk to your soul?
Sure.
Cool. Okay. So what I'd like you to do, Alison, is I'd like you to close your eyes, and I'd like you to go to a place that's a special place for you, a favorite place. It might be a beach, it might be a park, it might be inside your house, it might be lying on bed, it might be sitting on your couch. But just in your mind, just go to one of your favorite places, and all is well and you're extremely comfortable. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to count backwards from 10 backwards, and I'd like you to just let go of everything that's worrying you, all your restraints. I just want to see everything coming out of you. It can be like balloons, if you like. You can imagine balloons coming out of you and all your worries just dissipating into the heavens. So here we go. So eyes closed, counting backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so with your eyes closed, Alison, we're going to go to a place. We're in the place that you love being, except it's now 6 months in advance. And I'm going to ask you some questions, and I just want you to answer intuitively. So there's no right or wrong. I just want you to answer straight off the top of your head, and there'll be yes and no questions. So we'll make it really simple first, and then I might ask some more complicated questions. So the very first question is, are you happy, Alison? Yes or no?
Not really, no.
Okay. Is this, are you set, okay, and we're in the future, we're 6 months in the future and you're not happy?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. Okay. Have you changed your job, yes or no?
That's impossible to answer. I changed my job millions of times, so that is impossible to answer. This is just another job change, just another of 1,000 job changes.
Okay. Right. Okay, Alison, come back to me now. You can open your eyes. So what I was doing in that is projecting you into the future to effectively have a look at whether the situation has changed. And it hasn't. But it's only a reflection on the free will that you have at this particular point in time. It's like a subconscious measure of where your vibration is at this point in time, okay? And so there's a certain amount of frustration there. There's a certain amount of anger. But really it's around frustration because you kind of like, you're over it. Okay, so I get that. So what we need to do is we need to raise your vibration, because if you're coming from a vibration of not feeling so great about the world and feeling like, God, I just keep getting these jobs and I'm getting frustrated because they're not giving me the satisfaction that I want, and I know that there's more out there for me, because there is. So how do we change your vibration so that you can attract what you want? There's a couple of ways that we can do that. One of the easiest ways, I think, is writing out or understanding clearly what we want. So, Alison, what do you love doing? What is your fun? Have you ever had a job where you were really happy? Don't worry about the pay. Where you were really happy with what you were doing, or have you done anything in this life where it's just you absolutely love? Have you found what you love doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is that, Alison? Or can you stay on the radio?
Yeah, it's a couple different parallel, what's the word, different positions, different companies, even different times of my life.
Okay.
But parallel within the same general industry.
Okay, beautiful. And what industry is that?
Communications.
Communications. Okay, so you love communicating. Is that?
Yes, I love it.
Beautiful. Okay, right. Fantastic. Now we've got significant clarity on what makes you happy in terms of a career. and that is an around communication. Okay, that's the first thing. I personally, this is my own personal opinion, this is more practical advice. I'm personally of the opinion that if you love what you're doing, the money truly will come. So even if you went in at an entry level doing what you love doing, you would get promoted rather quickly within an organization because you love what you're doing. There's an enhanced efficiency that goes with that. And so you would be recognized by management and put into a senior position. So I'm saying to you, if you go for what you love and start from there, that's a really good basis. So now we have to energize. So we've got a clear intention that we would like to get a job in the communications arena, working with people that we love, people that are empowering and inspirational and that will support and guide us to be the very best that we can be in our job. Okay, so we've got a clear intention that you could even note that statement that I just said, and you could energize that every day. You can do that by writing it out on a daily basis, or you can do that by visualizing yourself in a workplace where you see there's wonderful people around you and you're really happy and you're doing this fantastic communications job that you love. You can feel very loved by the organization. You can feel the love for your job. And by doing that, you actually energize that form, and then you'll find that things will come to you. You can even start taking actions. You can go like practical actions. You can go to a recruitment agency and say, I am looking for a job in this arena on this pay with an organization that will give me at least an opportunity to get some internal promotion. So a relatively medium to big sized company who's got a really good culture and will support and endorse my professional development. So, you know, start realizing that you're number one, and, you know, and in your actions, put yourself first. And then the universe can only come and back you up, because you're clearly taking a leap out in faith, and then all sorts of synchronistic events and things will happen to take you to what you truly want, because that's our natural state in this universe, is to have everything that we want. So, Alison, does that give you a bit of clarity about where you think you could go from now to get the kind of career and job that you love?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
I have some concerns. I have some concerns. I don't want to go too far. You know, I don't want to go too far into the history or the experiences of particular two jobs that I did love that had a lot of things with it that I would not want to return to.
Okay, so we know. So we can. Yes. Yeah.
I think I should work for myself. Honest to God. If I could have anything in the world, I think I should not be working for anybody else ever again. And I really, truly, 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 truly feel that my soul is begging to be free.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Work for myself.
Absolutely.
Never again for anybody else. I feel that this is more than just about work. It is now about freedom and expression and getting myself out of prison. And I really, and I don't really want to talk about that on the radio, but I mean, just as I was listening to you kind of give your suggestions and things like that, there's this voice in the back of my brain says, but you know what, that's not even what you really are supposed to be doing anymore. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to be paid your dues.
Cool.
You've been in jail.
Yep.
I don't mean literal.
No, I know what you mean, Alison. I completely know.
Yeah.
I completely know what.
It's not like I just got out of prison.
No, I completely understand.
I'm supposed to be doing my work, not someone else's work.
Beautiful, and
I just kind of think that might be, that's really maybe what deep down, that is really what I should be reaching.
Hey, Alison, yeah, look, absolutely, Alison, if your soul's telling you that, you fly. How wonderful that you've had this opportunity to meet with me, talk to me today, and clarify exactly what you want, because there are no limitations. So you go for it. You go and fly. I know you'll do wonderful things. So if you truly want to go out and be on your own, then start taking some actions and steps towards that, because the universe will completely support you in that. Because freedom is an expansive energy.
Yeah.
There's two things in this universe that lead us, well, there's more than two, but so let me give you some very expansive, because the universe is expanding. So if we're aligned with the universe, we use it, we're expanding too. And two of the biggest ones are love and freedom. And freedom is one of the most expansive energies on the planet. So if you're doing something and you truly feel free, absolutely, by all means, you go out there and do it. What wonderful clarity we have had this morning. I'm blessed to have been part of that.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
No, not a problem.
Food for thought. Definitely food for thought.
Yeah, we'll start taking the steps now to doing what you want to do and working for yourself. It sounds like you've got some great skills and you don't have to go back into the job market, and if you perceive it that way, you shouldn't, because it's a negative perception. So, change it up, work for yourself. I'm Alison. I look forward to hearing you ring in shortly and say, I'm all set up and I'm doing really well. You've got the passion. You've got the passion, you've got the drive.
That would be fantastic. I could do that. Thank you so much.
You go. No, not a problem. Okay, thanks for calling, Alison.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. You bet. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's just go on to Skype now, because I'll see if I can get hold of what we got here. Let's see if we can get hold of, and I might not do it on that, I'll do it on my iPad just to keep it safer. I don't want to block out anyone or anything. So let's go on to the iPad and we'll see if we can get hold of Heather. We'll give her a ring and let's see if we have any luck. So here we go. And Heather has emailed me this week, or she emailed me, private messaged me, sorry, and she's got some questions that she wanted to ask, and so I suggested asking them on the radio show. So we'll see if Heather's available to talk to us.
Hello.
Hello, Heather.
Hi.
It's Shay.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us on Soul Space Radio. I've just got you on, I haven't got you on video, I've just got you on voice, Heather. But
yes.
I just want to make sure that the quality in the Skype voice is great, so I'll just stay on voice. But thank you so much for joining us today, and we're really looking forward to hearing your question and seeing how we can help you. So so how can we help, Heather? What's the scenario?
Well, my husband and I are currently living in Early Beach in Queensland, and it's a touch of paradise up here.
Oh, I know, it's beautiful. I've been there once. It's a stunning place. Stunning. Can we swap?
It is a stunning place. And currently house sitting, and it finishes at the end of September. And wondering what you might see for us at the end of that. Another house sit here or another opportunity somewhere. We're open to everything.
Okay, and so when is this September? Is that it? Is that your...
The end of September at this house it finishes here in Early Beach. But
Okay.
we'll stay here and...
Okay, I know, I'm not surprised. You're in a beautiful part of the world. So for those of you in the States joining us, if you ever want to come to Australia for a holiday, and I highly recommend, because we are stunning paradise here, all sorts of different dynamics, but Ely Beach is one of those to-do places to go to. It's absolutely beautiful. And Heather's Skype name is Heather in Paradise, and it's certainly I completely understand why she's saying that. Okay, Heather, so Heather, just really quickly, a bit about kind of the sort of stuff that I do, because it's not, I don't know how I don't think I'd fit in your traditional psychic kind of bracket, but I'll give you a bit of understanding. So I'm really all about empowering intuitive guidance and advice. My belief is effectively that we are individualized divine. And so our soul is effectively infinite. and it is individualized, all that is. So in saying that, I believe that in this, while we live in a space-time continuum on the third dimension, i.e. on this plane, while we're on Earth, we actually know everything within our soul. And so most of this is why connection is so important within. Because really, the way I see it, I just facilitate that relationship back in with yourself, because your soul actually knows everything. And that's why, you know, when a lot of what we do is we provide external tools, but the answers all are within yourself, in connection with source, which then opens up all sort of parameters to you. So you come back and reconnect. And source can be God or universe or whichever way that you would interpret that to be. So what I'm going to do, I have a bit of fun here, Heather. What I'm going to do is we do 3 deep breaths from the crown chakra, white light in from the top of the crown chakra, from source, down out through our heart. So we'll do 3 deep breaths. On the 3rd breath, we'll blow out of our heart and then out to the universe. So if you wouldn't mind, if you can just go with me. So first breath, top of the crown chakra, up through the heart. 2nd, third, beautiful, beautiful, and all the way out, so we connect with all it is. And Heather, if I got your permission to speak to your soul this morning?
Absolutely.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Okay, so Heather, what I'm going to do is we're going to put you into the future. Okay, so we're playing an intuitive game here. Sounds strange, but you'll see how we do it. And we're going to put you into the future. We're going to put you in the beginning of October. And I'm going to ask you some questions, yes or no answers. Okay? And just no right or wrong, just off the top of your head, intuitively, how you would respond. But the first thing that we might do is we'll just if you can close your eyes and go to your favorite space, and which is probably where you currently are right now, but it could be on a beach, or it could be in your house, or it could be in the rainforest. So wherever's your favorite space, and then maybe you could describe it to us, because we could do a bit of ecotourism for the area as well. So can you describe to me what your favorite place is, if you're happy to?
On the beach.
On the beach, okay.
Yes,
and talk to me about what that looks like.
Oh, magnificent. White sandy beach, and the ocean is the most amazing colour blue, and the waves are just lapping in slowly, whoosh, whoosh, and behind me are palm trees blowing gently in the breeze, and yes, it just feels like paradise. There's nobody else here, only me.
Wonderful, Heather. And so are you sitting down? Have you got your feet in the sand?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, so
yes.
okay, so now what I want you to do is just close your eyes, and you're in that beautiful space, and you feel the sun, you feel the warmth, you've got your sand in your feet. So you're really feeling that with your senses, and you tell me when you're really relaxed in that space, and we'll do the next phase. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to count from 10 backwards, and what I'd like you to do is just every time I count, like, see a ring of gold come off you, and that ring of gold is just going to take all your worries, all your concerns, every single thing off you. So what I'm trying to do is just facilitate you into a really relaxed, peaceful space, all is well, okay? So let's go counting down. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. How do you feel? You feeling nice and relaxed?
Very relaxed. It's an unusual feeling for me.
Beautiful. I love that. Okay. Off the top of your head, just say yes or no. Are you in, it's October the 1st, 2018. Are you in Ely Beach? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Are you staying for a long time? Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you happy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you staying for longer than 6 months? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh, are you staying for longer than a year? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ooh, beautiful. Are you going to find out soon your next home? Yes or no?
My next what?
Your next home, will you find out about that soon?
Oh.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do is, okay, is there any other question that you would like to ask about yourself while we're here in this lovely relaxed space? What else would you like to know, Heather? And I'll ask you a question.
Are there any other opportunities for Kim and I here?
Okay, wonderful, Heather. Thank you for that. Are there any more in that beautiful relaxed space? Are there any more opportunities for you and Kim in Ely Beach? Yes or no?
I think the answer is no.
Okay. So what we're going to do now, Heather, is we can come out of that space. Sorry, no, we won't be so abrupt. Can we go back to the beach space, please? In that beach space, can we please just rub your feet in the sand and keep yourself there in that beautiful beach space. And I'll count from 10 down again, and I want you to come back, and you're still in the beach, so we'll count down again from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to ask you, just keep your eyes closed, bear with me for a little minute here, Heather. I want to ask you some information about these opportunities, because I've had something intuitively come to me. The opportunities that you're looking for are, you might need to widen your horizon in terms of what you could possibly do. So tell me a little bit more about the opportunities that you and Kim would like to do. What would you like to do?
Well, we're looking for somewhere that we could go and maybe live and maybe do some renovations on a property, or sit somewhere that we can add value to, but so have free accommodation.
Okay. So we've established that you're going to stay in Ely, because we established that before, that Ely is the place that you want to stay, and you're clearly aligned with that, and it looks like that's going to happen. So, let's examine those opportunities a little bit more. So, do you guys, do you need to have the free accommodation, or could you have a paid accommodation and work? Or do you know, or do you really just want to have the free accommodation, so it gives you the freedom and flexibility to come and go as you please? I'm just trying to establish what you really want here.
Yes. If the work was something that we loved, we're retired, and if the work was something that we loved, well, yes, we've been in many, you know, we've had big businesses in our time.
Okay.
But we don't really want to, you know, go back into business. But we'd like to live somewhere that we would love and happy to do renovations and things like
Okay.
that, because I love to renovate.
Okay, so Heather, tell me, have you, like practically, have you guys actually, you love renovation, have you actually approached anywhere in town or put it out in a local paper about the opportunities to do that?
No.
Okay, because I do...
We've done many renovations in our time, but yes, no, I haven't put anything in the paper.
Okay, because I'm feeling like the situation that's coming to me is like you can achieve all that you want, but it doesn't have to be boxed so completely in the way that you are seeing it. In other words, the universe is aligned with what you want and will give you what you want. Just don't make it so foreseen that it has to be in that particular way.
Okay.
So in other...
We put an advert in to say that we're looking, you know, we're experienced in renovation.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or whatever you and, sorry, is your husband Kim or Ken?
Yes, Kim.
Whatever you and Kim decide that you would like. I would personally, Heather, I don't know if you've written out or had to think about what you guys would really like in life, you know, in terms of what do you both want to achieve in life? Like, you know, you want to have
We've done it all.
You've done it all. Okay, fantastic. So now you really love the area that you're in. So you'd really like to stay there, and it sounds like that you will stay there. So now maybe it's a case of looking outside of the way that you have seen that as basically being, you know, house sitting. But perhaps, and that's not to say that that won't happen, but when we put our intention out to the universe, quite often the universe knows us better than we know ourselves, and will give us something that doesn't necessarily look like or conform with specifically what we want. In other words, I would suggest you put out the intention and you don't worry about how. So it can come to you in many different ways. And what I would suggest you do is you have a talk to Kim and say, Kim, you know, perhaps if we didn't get a house in this way, if it wasn't a house that we had to look after, what would we be prepared to do? What would we love to do that would still empower us, make us feel great, and we're still in the area? And so you talked about renovation, so you take a step out in faith. Who knows what might come of that? But you've actually taken an action, you've actually energized your intention. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, well, it's happened to us many times, and I've put the intention when we came back from overseas to live here and to get house sitting, and I put a message on with Sunday Chat, and within 2 days, while we were still living overseas, in 2 days we had a year's house sitting.
Look at you. So how powerful a manifestor are you? You could be telling me how to manifest. Beautiful lady. Okay, I love that. So just get really clear on what you want. And you are really clear on what you want, because you want to stay there and you want to have a great life, and you want to have the money and prosperity, be able to enjoy a great life, have the freedom, but also do what you love to do. And so you just put all of those components out there. You give that an intention. It'll either come to you specifically with what you want, which is the house, or it might come to you in a different format. It might just be time. It might just be time to do something a little differently, because it's all an expansive universe. So, you know, there's parts of you that I think are wanting maybe a little bit more of a challenge.
Yes, that's very true. We've been, you know, yes, a challenge would be great.
Yeah, well, there you go.
We're open to whatever the universe, you know, wishes to provide for us.
Wonderful. So play with it, because you're a master manifestor. So take some steps out in faith. And, you know, I would do that. Like, you obviously know how to use a local channel, so put a local channel out to say, yeah, we're in town, we've got a wonderful experience of renovation, we're around, you know, we need accommodation, you know, yeah. So
yeah, I know how to word it.
you will,
I never forgot to ask for the next step, on Whitsunday chat. I only asked for it specific and got what we wanted.
Yeah.
And so, yes, that would be good. A lot of people know us now, and
Yeah.
yes, put it out there.
Absolutely,
and see what comes up.
Yeah, especially if you've got relationships, because everyone would know that you're fantastic and you're good at what you do and things like that. So, once you've built those relationships, then it's word of mouth. It's Ely Beach is a beautiful place, but again, it's like most small towns, it's word of mouth. And so if people know you and they know of you and they know you've got integrity, and they can trust you because it's coming through thoroughly to me. So therefore, I think I think this is just an evolution in form, not in. Yes. So, exciting times.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, need a bit of excitement and challenge.
I get it. Yeah, keep expanding forward because that's what you're being called to at all times, and that's going to open up a whole lot of other arenas for you too as well.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yes, I'm all for moving forward. I don't like going backwards. I only like going forward.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, you're completely aligned with the universe then. Wonderful, Heather. It's our pleasure.
Okay.
It's our pleasure to have such beautiful people on the show. I'm so blessed.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Blessed to be having you too.
Thank you so much. And do let me know.
Thank you, Shay.
Let me know how it all goes. Yeah, let me know how it all goes. And if you ever need to bounce ideas off yourself, then that's a really good way to do it, Heather. Go into your favourite place, deep breaths in, count backwards, let things go. Backwards counting is, I know they use it in hypnosis, so I have no background in this. It all just comes to me intuitively. But I think it's something about relaxing. It probably creates a different brain wave that then gets you into your heart and mind combined, that soul-centric place. So, it enables you to directly communicate with your soul. So, if you're ever in doubt, use that as a measure to kind of like, you can take yourself in the forward into the future and just ask yourself yes and no questions.
Yes.
Very cool.
That's fantastic, Shay. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Such a blessing. You have a lovely day.
Thank you, Shay.
Thanks, Heather.
Bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, wonderful. Well, how great was that? That was a pretty exciting one, and a really interesting question about relocation and moving into new things and expanding energy. So very cool. We wish Heather all the best and look forward to all her successes, to hear about all her success in the future. Okay, we've got another caller on the radio show. I'm so sorry. I'm tripping over myself today. Caller number ending in 0933. So let's take this number. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Soul Space Radio. Hello? Welcome to Soul Space Radio. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Filson.
Sorry, is that Filson?
Yeah.
Filson, beautiful name. And how can I help?
I just wanted to know what I would do in the future, career-wise.
Okay, so before we start in doing, I do intuitive guidance and practical advice. So let's just start with practical advice. First thing, Filson, are you clear about what you love to do, what you love doing?
No.
Aha, okay, well that's a good start. So, have you ever, what gives you joy in this life? What do you have fun doing? What gives you joy?
I think getting recognition for being authentic
makes me feel like you're a spiritual person. You're a very spiritual person, are you, Philson?
Yes.
Aha, okay. So, have you ever thought about working in the spiritual arena?
No.
The reason that I say that is because you contemplate life, so you're a deep thinker, and you also, I could just tell that by your question, and you're also connected, or you're aware of connection, so you have faith in source or God or whatever you would perceive that to be. I'm assuming I'm correct there.
Yes.
And because that's a really interesting question. It's a really interesting statement to say to somebody. You know, if you said to somebody, how do you find joy and fun? Usually most people would talk about material or external things outside of themselves, but you actually talked about an attribute. You talked about a personality characteristic, about authenticity, which can be external, but also I would suspect is who you truly are. You're a very authentic person. So that suggests to me that you contemplate a lot about life. So, and you're probably quite a deep thinker. And so in doing so, you probably, and this is all assumption, you can step in if at any stage. But in doing so, you'll probably have an awareness that's more acute than other people in terms of how people are feeling, you know, what makes the world go round. You like to deeply think about the way that we, you know, human issues. You have a really good heart. You like to help other people. So am I on the button with that? Is that correct? Is that a correct assessment of you?
Yes.
Okay. So if you like to help people and you're service orientated, then, you know, being spiritual, or being in the spiritual arena, or even counseling, or psychiatry, psychoanalysis, self-inquiry, those sorts of career paths could be really good for you. Is that something that you've ever considered in your life?
No.
Okay, so now I just want to caveat this because I want you to understand that you're pure, in your soul, you're a pure spiritual light being, okay? So in my interpretation, from what I've experienced and seen, when we leave this plane, this third dimension, this earth that we live on has duality, black and white, good and bad. When we leave this plane, all of that goes and we're just pure divine light. That is really an illusion state. There really is only all it is, which is just pure positive divine light. God, source, whatever you want to call that. So I just want to caveat with anything that I recommend that you might want to look at today. Your soul has infinite possibility. So anything that you want to do, be, or have, you can have now. That is what your natural state is. If you strip away all the external limitations and all the society constraints that we hold to ourselves, if you strip that all away, you've just got this pure positive light energy that can be, do, have anything it absolutely wants. So that is our true state. Okay? So don't think that you have to listen specifically what I have to say, but I'm just intuitively trying to guide around where I think you might really fit. And so can you tell me, what are you currently doing at the moment, Philson? What are you currently doing for a job at the moment?
Right now I'm on break and my break is over, but I have to go back to work. And
but you're over.
Well, right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I'm a technical support.
You're a technical support person. Okay. So you're in the IT industry, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So was I, interestingly enough. Look at me. There must be something about being in IT and then going into spirituality. Okay. which explains why you're a deep thinker, because you understand complex problems as well. Okay, cool. So you don't, but you're not finding job satisfaction in your current position, Philson, and you probably won't, because you're probably not really feeling like you're doing huge service to people, although you are, but you're probably not as much as you would if you were directly assisting people. So Philson, are you prepared to, so once we're really clear on what we want, so you want an empowering career where you're happy and you do what you love, and then obviously the remuneration and everything will come in to support you. So
I don't want to interrupt, but I have to go back to work because I was on break.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I see what you mean. I thought you mean on break on holiday, but you mean on break on a coffee break. Okay. Philson, do you want to send me an email to soulspaceradio@bigpond.com and just outline your queries, and I'll come back to you and I can give you some guidance about where you can go from here. Because I'm thinking, you know, if you're open to extra study, you know, just step out anywhere in faith and the universe will come back. Get clarity on what you want. Step out in faith and the universe will come back. Even if you just did some study around spirituality, it's all a good thing. Okay?
Okay.
So you can send me an email to soulspaceradio@bigpond.com.
At what platform?
Big Pond, BIGPOND.com.
Okay.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you talked to us in your break, but I'm so sorry that we have to go now. But you have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Wilson. Bye. Okay, and we've got another caller ending in 7245. Here we go. Hello, welcome to Soul Space Radio. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Ray.
Is that Ray?
Yeah, R-A-Y.
Ray, fantastic. Thank you. And how can I help you, Ray? Welcome. How can I help?
Hello, this is my first time calling in. I think I don't know if I'm doing this right, but
Oh, hang on, sorry, Ray, I can't, you're sort of muffled. Can you just say that again? It wasn't quite clear.
I said reading my phone.
Sorry, I'm not kind of hearing what you're saying, sorry. Can you repeat that?
Oh, reading on my career.
Oh, you want a reading on your career? Okay, yes. Okay.
I'm currently where I'm at. I want to get out. I don't know what my next steps are. Like, I'm desperate to know.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, no worries. Okay, so another one. We're all doing careers today. Okay, that's cool. Okay, Ray, let's go. Let's do the practical advice first, because I do both intuitive guidance and practical advice. Sometimes they combine. Well, actually, a lot of time they combine. And they should combine a lot more. So, Ray, first question. Are you aware of what you love doing? Is there anything, are you clear on what you love doing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can you tell me what you love? Are you happy to do that?
Yeah, so I'm in the communications field.
Okay. So you're in the communications field and you love communications?
Yep.
Okay.
I just don't like the place that I'm at now. I want to get out.
Is it a people thing? It's a relationship issue?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, this is what you need to do, okay? You know what you love doing. You got to give that, you've got to visualize yourself in a company doing what you're doing, or working for yourself, or whatever you want to do, doing what you're doing. But you must see around you people that are supporting, empowering, and committed to seeing you achieve your highest good in that role, okay? Because otherwise you will continue to create the same pattern. So it's about raising your vibrations, raising your consciousness. So you can do that in various ways. You could affirm that I see myself moving into a company that supports, endorses me, and acts in my highest good at all time. You could do that in writing down the role and seeing I see myself surrounded by fantastic people who support and encourage me. And you can actually visualize yourself just feeling the love from people and loving the job and, you know, getting promoted and it's all cool and, you know, you're great friends and things like that. You can do all of that sort of stuff. At the same time, you can take practical steps. So have you applied for any positions at the moment? Have you actually, better than just applying for positions, is actually going to a recruitment company that specializes in this area and saying to them, I want to look for a job with these parameters, with this income as the basic rate. I'm never afraid about income. I don't even care about people going at entry level, as long as it's something that they love doing, because when you love what you're doing, the money will come. And people will know, you can tell in your organization who loves their jobs because they get promoted and, you know, they're just really more efficient and happier. So, so go to a recruitment company on a really practical, pragmatic viewpoint. Go to a recruitment company, say what you want, say the financial parameters, and say that you want to work for a company that's got a really good corporate culture and they're really supportive and they're going to support and help you and invest in your further development. So that would be, and recruitment companies will know who those companies are. So, you can alleviate a lot of the relationship problems that you've got now by seeing yourself moving and transitioning into a better position. There's other possibilities, like even if you intended that, you might find that you could get promoted in the organization that you're in, and then you would move away from those relationships if they're direct relationships. If it's an issue with a direct relationship, like a colleague or a boss, you might find that you'll move out of that department. Just keep focusing on seeing yourself in the position that you love and being surrounded by wonderful people. Okay, it's gonna happen, and then just take whatever steps are necessary to get yourself into that position. Whether that's doing courses or whether that's going to a recruitment agency that specializes and saying this is what I want. Put yourself first. Just step out in action, and the universe will come to you and give you what you want. So does that help give you some clarity around?
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay, so what other questions do you have then? Like, have you applied for other positions?
The thing is that I work about 2 hours from here, and I stay at my family's house. That's during the week, and then on the weekend I come back home, and I just haven't seen anything open where I live.
Okay.
So I'm just desperate to get out.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's funny when we give an intention to the universe, and when we see that as being available, it's amazing what happens, because we truly, if we co-create with Source, we truly can recreate our own reality. So then if it's a location-bound thing as well, then I would simply see that there is a position available for you. It might not be at the level that you're currently at. It might be an entry position. It might be a new company, but you can grow with them. So, again, like I said, if you love something, the money will come to you. So what I would suggest you do is you visualize it within that area. Now, I'm not saying that may happen. It might not, or something might open up with a company that's in that area that's not quite communications related, but is got aspects of that. So just focus on seeing something local. If you want to live and have a job locally, and I understand that 2 hours away is significant. It's not much fun. then just energize that. Visualize yourself seeing yourself in the local business area, having lunch at cafes, working in a local office, and just visualize that. You'll be surprised as to what happens. I put in, you could even go as far as putting an ad in the local paper saying, I've got communications experience, willing to grow with a local company. You'll be really surprised by what might be available in your local area. And a lot of people too these days, Ray, a lot of people in Australia, I'm sure it's the same in the States, work from home. So, there's a lot of small to medium businesses that are being managed online or in home environments. So until you ask those, until you actually, put it out there, you just don't know what can come back.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. So sometimes it's getting bigger than the picture, connecting with Source. Do you connect? Have you got a good relationship with Source or God or whatever you would see that as?
Say that again?
Do you are you able to connect? Have you got a good relationship with God or Source or universe or whatever you see that as?
Yeah, I'm a practicing Catholic.
Beautiful. There you go. So you've got this wonderful relationship with God. Then you co-create together because it's just divine love. So they're working in your interest. You co-create together. You pray. You energize it. You ask for what you want. You step out in faith. You put some ads. You do some practical stuff. You put some ads in the local paper. You put an ad on, I don't know, Seek, or I don't know, you must have some sort of notice board, open notice board thing over there. I would be happier too if I wasn't traveling too. I used to travel 2 hours a day in Auckland from work and back, 2 hours each way, and it's just, I so understand, because you just go to work in the dark and you come home in the dark and there is no life balance in that. So, but put it out there, the universe will back you up. Maybe I'm feeling into this, Ray, maybe even a totally new, off the chart kind of opportunity coming for you here. Maybe something that you've not really considered. You can energize specifically, you can visualize specifically what you want, but don't be surprised if it comes in a format that you weren't kind of expecting.
Do you see that coming?
I actually think with you, it's funny, the longer I talk to people, the more intuitively I get, and this is the thing, I guess, about energy. With you, this location thing's really interesting to me, because I actually see, maybe a move. So I'm thinking that the opportunities for you are significant, and something's definitely coming. But I don't know, and I don't think it's in the form that you necessarily are anticipating it to be now. So we focus on what we want, we think what we want, and we have this form for it. Sometimes the universe knows us better than we know ourselves, and so I'm just telling you not to discount another form. So, I'm thinking you're a very...
90 seconds.
Sorry, I've only got 90 seconds, but I'll go quickly. I'm thinking, Ray, you're in a very expansive place in your life right now. I'm feeling like you want an adventure, and I'm feeling like the universe is willing to offer you one. And it may be in a completely different location again. But just energize what you want, and let's see what happens, and ring me back and let me know.
30 seconds.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
No problem. It's great to talk to you, and I just go with that expansiveness. Just go and just get the bigger picture, get into Source, connect to God, connect to all it is, and then look at the bigger picture, and be specific on what you want, energize it, visualize it, write it down, do some practical things heading in the direction of what you do want, and you'd be surprised what's going to come in. I think so. I think it's going to be a big year for you, my boy. my man, or sorry, I should say my man.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you. You have a beautiful evening.
10 seconds.
Thank you. Bye. Well, that is one for the books, folks, because 2-1, we're now off here. And that's one for the books, because usually I'm talking after I'm on here. So thank you so much, Facebook Live listeners. I'm sorry I haven't really interacted with you too much today because we've had so much going on with radio space, and I kind of felt like I had come from a meeting, so forgive me if I was a little bit flustered and kind of like direct and to the point, but I think I had like 3 minutes to actually hook up and get going. And so I'd like to thank our audience today, because what beautiful people that we have. And it's interesting because it's interesting how the intention is usually led by a caller, and we've had lots of things about career. So to me there's there's 4 probably big aspects that drive us in this life. One is money, which is usually money and career, and relationships and health. And so those seem to be the big triggers. And you know, just know that you can always come within yourself to find the answers. Just get relaxed. Take yourself into the future in your favorite place. Count down backwards from 10. Just relax, let everything go, and then ask yourself those yes or no questions, and you determine your path that way, because your soul knows all. So we know all the answers within. And yeah, it's really interesting, because I think sometimes we preempt because our soul knows, we preempt the questions. So a lot of the questions today were, I think, people understanding that change was imminent. So change was coming. They couldn't qualify what that change was. And there's that control aspect in us that wants to manage how that form appears. And you know what? We can't do that, and neither would we really want to, because at the end of the day, that's just all about the journey. We want to have that fun. We want to have that adventure. We don't want everything so prescriptive. How beautiful is our soul that it actually preempts some of these questions for us and tries to find us comfort in what we understand is a tumultuous time, or going to be. And change is just accepting change. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. You know, putting a good intention behind it. Because we are here to expand forever. That's the natural process. So on that note, and I wish you all a really expansive week. I love you lots. I thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to talking to you next week. Bless. Thank you so much. Bye.